What is going on, guys? It's the Mad Dragon. It's a Monday, and that can mean only one thing. We're going to be doing our roundup video from the weekend. We're going to be checking out the world rankings to see what has shifted up due to those controversial games on the weekend. Lots of fun stuff to go over there. Then we're going to take a look at the fantasy results for the Superbru, the Superbru Predictor Series, and also the Guinness Six Nations Fantasy as well. I'm doing well in one. I'm doing terribly in the other. I don't know how that's possible, but hey, there's a lot to go over in today's video. If you enjoy this one, make sure you hit the old like button and drop down in the comment section where you are up to in terms of the fantasy. Where are you in the leaderboards? I really enjoy seeing how you guys are getting on along with me. So starting out then with the world rankings, we're looking at the men's team over here is on this right hand side. Now, of course, 3 games going on the weekend. We do have 1 game that went on elsewhere in the world. In terms of shifting around, there's no one moving up and down. No one has moved up and down from those games on the weekend. But of course, teams have gained and lost points. So starting out then, we had France versus Scotland. France won that one. I'll highlight France rather than New Zealand, so that's not where we're looking. France beat Scotland at home and so gained 1.12 points. And of course, have taken that one away from Scotland. So Scotland have dropped down now to 83.33. France up to 87.39. Slowly closing up that gap a little bit to New Zealand. England got their win over Wales in the Twickenham though, so didn't really gain a great deal. They gained 0.08 points. It's not really a great deal. It's not going to be, shifting up too much, but the loss for Scotland has kind of opened that gap up a little bit between 5th and 6th place, but it seems to be a little bit more like you can see Ireland and South Africa are right out there on the big points. New Zealand kind of closing that gap. France kind of closing to them. But yeah, it's beginning to separate out a little bit more now. Of course, Wales also lost their 0.08 points, so going down slightly, but not too much. Still a little bit of a ways to go before you get down to Australia. And then the last game of the weekend that also went on, Romania beat Belgium. For anyone who's keeping track of the world of rugby, didn't gain a great deal for them. They went plus 0.02. So they're now up to 63.42. But in terms of the world of rugby, nothing else shifted around. Not a lot to talk about. In fact, I'll slide down to the bottom because I think this is the first time I've ever seen this. The biggest movers, climbers and fallers. Nobody's got a lot going on, just stealing points from one another along the way. Onwards and upwards then to the Predictor Series, where, man oh man, these were some closer games than I was expecting, but you can see quite a few of us got that Grand Slam bonus point for getting it in the red. That's where you get all 3 games correct as well. Quite a few people though getting it slightly wrong. I mean, that England-Wales game potentially could have gone the other way. France-Scotland. Oh boy, what a big call by the referee at the end. In terms of that first game then, Scotland versus France, 16 points to 20. France won that one by 4. I said France by 6, so I just got my half bonus point. I don't think I was the closest though. A lot of people thought Scotland. A lot of people thought Scotland for this one. Where you wanted to be then, a tie, bang on. France with exactly 4 claims that whole bonus point all for yourself. That is a big boost when it comes to that. Bears Gamer, Phil, and Stephen Thompson all got very close. Only 1 point away for you guys. There's me, slightly out, but still. You know what? I'll take my half bonus point. Quite a few other people getting the half bonus point there. What was the biggest score? Someone said France by 16. Laporte went out there. But yeah, a lot of people went for Scotland, and it was certainly a much closer game than I actually thought it was going to be. England versus Wales. I said England by 9. England eventually won 2, so I didn't get my half bonus point from this game, but I still got the correct game. Let's see who went for what then. A lot of people going for England. Who got the closest down here? Big Brain Kean and Emmett going together there on England by 2, sharing that bonus point between yourselves, getting half a point each. As we scroll down, quite a few people that went for Wales low score also got within the 5, so actually gained half a point from that game as well. Actually, there's quite a few people that picked Wales. I really thought England were in with a good shot of that one. I thought Wales did quite good to keep that one as close as it was by that final result. And then on to the third and final game, Ireland versus Italy. Ireland team turning up and the Italy team, unfortunately, just not really going anywhere. I said Ireland by 14. I was expecting Italy to maybe try and get some kicks on the board early on in that game. I think they only even had 1 attempt at the post, right? So 0 for them. Difference of 36. I imagine most people went for Ireland. The one who got it bang on, David Wakefield, the long time suffering Patreon on the channel. Always great to see David Wakefield's name. Thank you for being a long-term Patreon supporter on the channel as well, David. As we scroll down then, who didn't go for Ireland is going to be the big question. There's probably going to be one or two. Oh, a lot of people went for Ireland. Rich was the only one who went for Italy. Italy by 1. Unfortunately not going your way, Rich. Yeah, that would have been a shame if you'd got the other 2 games correct. And then that's the one you happen to get wrong. So in terms of the round as it stood then, coming out in that top spot, Mystic Tom, Big Brain Kean and David Wakefield all got 5.5. The thing only separating you, that TDM, how many points difference were you away? So the 3 guys there separating by nothing in terms of their overall points. Quite a few people coming in on 5 points then. Goby, McBradden, Yippee Try Yay, Christopher, Phil, Steve Thompson, Pedri and Emmett all coming in there on the 5. And I think that's actually our top 10 are all in there. You guys are all doing very, very well. I'll have a scroll down so everyone can see their names. Where am I? There's me on 4.5. I'm there with, the likes of Poxy, Nizzy, Bears Gamer there as well on 4.5. We're on par there, Bears. I'll have a bit of a scroll down so everyone can see their name. This is more likely to be the people that didn't quite get that Grand Slam bonus point or got one game wrong over the course of the weekend. And then, of course, there's always some people who never quite managed to get their lock-in done in time or just didn't have the time to get around to it. In terms of the leaderboard then, Pedri in at that top spot, 10.5 after 2 weeks, which is a really good score. Christopher, 113, and Emmett joint for second place on 10 points. You guys are going to be really competing for it there. Bonjour, England, no chance of winning on 9, joint with Lepore, who's moved up 2 places. And me, I'm there as well. Oh, there's actually quite a few of us on 9. You know what? I thought I was doing it quite badly then. I saw me go down one, but I'm also on 9. And Do You Like Curry, also on 9. Alex M, also on 9. David Wakefield, up 7, also on 9. Wow, okay. It's actually quite tight. For the meantime, we'll see how we get to by the end of the tournament. And then Mark Dunphy coming in there to finish out our top 10 by climbing 2 spots and finishing on 8 points. Maulmaster also on 8 points there. Joint 10th. Let's call it that, shall we? We'll have a bit of scroll down. Mystic Tom there climbed 41 places after a superb round this one to get up to 13th. I'll have a bit of a scroll down so everyone can see their name. McBrandon there. Got up 22 places. Steve Thompson went up 21 places. Bears Gamer up 23. There's a lot of big shifting around already. Like, it's just going to be one of those things. If you get the Grand Slam bonus points, that is the thing that is going to allow you to move up and down the board. I think that extra 4 bonus points. I just need to be working on my picks. I seem to not really get too close. I'm missing out on a lot of half bonus points along the way, all the way down there to the bottom one, all on joint 71st, but we've actually got like 76 players. It's actually increasing as the tournament's going on, which is a lot of fun. So congratulations to Mystic Tom on taking the round and Pedri for being at the top of the leaderboard at the end of round 2. On to the fantasy then, where people are doing much better than me, and it's really annoying. People are so good at this with the new rules that they've come in now with the currency thing. I'll go through my team a little bit in a second, but we'll go through who took that top spot. HSD Wheat came in the top spot with 237. I don't think I've ever said your name before. Maybe I have. If I have, and I just apologise for forgetting you. Maybe it's your first time in the fantasy. Let me know down in the comments. But yeah, finishing on 237, which is a monster score. I think the top possible score, I think, was something like 258. So you're only about 20 points off the best possible score of the entire round, which is actually kind of mad. Big Brain also coming in there once again with just the monster picks. Every tournament we have Big Brain up towards the top there on 221.5. Atters comes in on 218. Nutcracker 211. 5th place Phil comes in on 209.5. PR Azevedo on 207. There's me in 7th, joint with Bowie on 199. Alex coming in on 198.5, just behind me and Bowie. And then Mr. Cucumber sealing up that 10th spot at 196. A little bit of a scroll down so everyone can see their names. In terms of my team, as I was going, I tried to put a lot of effort in. The currency thing is ruining some of the ideas I came up with. I really wanted to put James Lowe in the team. I put him in the team. I ended up on -2 in the currency. And I thought, oh, okay, it'll probably penalise me some points for going minus. No. It does not let you save your team. You have to be 0 or positive in your balance. And I couldn't make it work. I could not make my finances work for it. So unfortunately, I went with Calvin Nash. And it was not the way to go. James Lowe was absolutely the way to go. So we'll have a bit of a scroll through the best team of the round. For you guys, I'll put it on screen. I've got it on my phone here. So in terms of your front row, your props, Cyril Bai and Finlay Bealham were your best props. Cyril Bai on 9, Finlay Bealham on 11. Best hooker of the round, Dan Sheehan, coming in on 27.5. I had Dan Sheehan. I can see a couple of people made him captain as well, so ended on 55 for a hooker. Maybe the most I've ever seen a hooker score if he made him as a captain. In the lock department, Joe McCarthy going in alongside of Gabrielgas. Joe McCarthy on 11, Gabrielgas on 9. Your back row, Jack Conan on 18. What a game that lad had. He had the best game I've seen him play in a long, long time. Gregory Aldred coming in on 13.5 and Ben Earl on 18. Your halfback partnership was an all-Scotland lockout. Ben White on 11.5 and Finn Russell, if you had him as a kicker, scored you 22. Your centre partnership, Stuart McCloskey coming in on 13 points. Gael Ficou comes in on 17.5. He had a good game as well. And then your back three. James Lowe was your best captain of the round. He scored 59. And if you didn't make him captain, scored 29.5. Freddie Stewart got 15.5 and Ramos comes in on 20. And that's without him, being kicker. So some big scores. The fullbacks were apparently the ones you wanted in this one. I was so annoyed I didn't manage to get James Lowe in my team because of the stupid currency rule. In terms of the leaderboards then, what has shaken up? Well, HSD Wheat comes in by climbing 6 places straight into that top spot on 442.5. Absolutely monster score to get up there. Big Brain drops down 1, but still on a very respectable score of 429.5. Atters climbs 10 places into third on 416.5. Phil climbs up 6 places on 410. Mr. Cucumber down 4 places on 408.5. I've just about cracked the 400 marker. I'm down in 7th. It says 4. I don't know why it says 4. I'm down in 7th now on 405.5. Gary Newland coming in there on 400.5, just cracking that 400 marker. Pierre Azevedo on 399.5. Villa Farrell dropping down 3 places on 385. And then finishing us off in the top 10, Nutcrackers Wild Cheetahs. What a hell of a name that one is. Going on there. Climbs 26 places to squeak into that top 10 on 384.5. Congratulations to you, Guy Etai, there with the little purple crown. Because, of course, Etai, I think, won this last year. Right, I think that's what the purple crown means. Etai was the winner of last year's Six Nations. We'll have a bit of a scroll down so everyone can see their names. Let me know who you went for the captain. It felt like if you went for James Lowe or Dan Sheehan as the captain, that's where your big points were. I had Dan Sheehan. Calvin Nash was okay, but it took him a long time to get in that game. Ireland just didn't seem to want to give him the ball. James Lowe was there all day long. So congratulations in order for HSD Wheat for taking the round and taking the top spot at the number 1 by the end of round 2. And then to finish us off then, the Guinness Six Nations Fantasy, the official one. Now, I'm not doing well in this. I do my videos like before the round starts, and I feel kind of confident in this team. I feel very extreme. I either have people do quite well or just terrible. So, Ramos did okay for me on 31. Calvin Nash scored kind of well somehow by the end of it, and then I had him as captain, so doubled up. Duan van der Merwe. Was he playing? I don't know. He scored 4 points. I think that's the lowest I've seen so far, minus, Paul Valemsa on his minus 10 or whatever it is at the end of the first round. My centre partnerships. Centres don't seem to have scored brilliantly. I guess if you went for Ficou or someone, that would have been your way to go. Jack Crowley did okay there. And of course, I still had Caelan Doris and Ben Earls going to score well. Matt Fagerson kept him in the team. Shouldn't have done that. Another 4 points for him. The Scottish players just, really didn't seem to score well this round. Maro Toje got 18. Ollie Chessman had his yellow card. Just got dinged and dinged again. Dan Sheehan maybe saving out my front row a little bit on 37. Oh, and Antonio, did he get a yellow card as well? I'm trying to think now off the top of my head. He got 3 points. Did it say yellow card? I'm just trying to guess. Yellow card, yes, he scored 3 points on his yellow card. So apparently if you land in my official Guinness team, your chances of getting a yellow card go right through the roof. In terms of the rankings, then I'm doing absolutely terribly. Houston climbs 2 places on 820 points. I don't even think I'm like halfway towards that. Marla's Marauding Maulers on 782. Scrumdog Millionaire, that's a cool name, goes down 1 place on 779. Rod's Cream's Dream Team on 7. So you guys just want to make the most awkward names for me to say on videos that I'm just going to tongue twist twist on myself. Try Again climbs 33 places, to be fair, up into 5th place on 770. Phil up 25 places, up into 6th. Pep and Wars in 7th. Hector JG climbs 24 places up to 8th. Chris down 3 into 9th. Mr. Tashtastic down 9. I think Mr. Tashtastic was winning the last round, right? Down on 783. That's our top 10. We'll have a bit of scroll down so everyone can see their names and what have you. I can see a couple of names crossing over from the Superbru one to this one. As we go down, there's Bears. Gamer Bears is doing well. I've been checking out Bears' teams every week. He's doing better picks than me. Climbs up into 19th on 729. Where am I? Where is your boy? As we keep scrolling down. How can I be doing quite well in the Superbru one, but just having the different rules for this screw me over? There I am down in 44th place on 652. Not my fantasy, this one. So it looks like I'm going to be I think I'm 200 points behind, like, top spot. That's absolutely outrageous. As we'll keep scrolling down. I'm not sure how many people we have in this by the end of it now. 63 people involved in this one, which is really fun. Yeah, I just suck at this one. I'm just not doing too well at it. But massive congratulations to Houston for climbing up those 2 spaces, taking that number 1 spot, 820 out of my reach. Thank you so much to everyone who is joining in with the fantasy. Like I said, guys, drop down in the comment section. Where did you end up on the leaderboards? How did your fantasy team get on? Was there any players you picked that you were really happy with? Was there any players that you picked that you were like, man, that is a terrible choice and I'll need to be thinking about them getting ready for the next round? Of course, no rugby this week, which is a bit of a shame. So we'll be doing the Mad Dragon Six Nations series. I might release those videos over the next week, so there's still some content coming. I might even do a preliminary fantasy video towards the end of next week or so and get a fantasy team out, and then I'll probably like update it once the actual team announcements are out, so you can let me sort of know a bit of thinking about what I'm talking about with my my fantasy teams. But hopefully I'll have a better round 3, guys. I hope you've all enjoyed this one today, guys. I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.